far side to Hassam, and just about kept in by Al-Sheeb.
They're struggling out wide, and that's why I say I'd be tempted if I was Felix Sanchez to change the system, somehow try and stop the Ecuador fullbacks.
Here's Pervis Estupiñán, who's seen plenty of the ball in the first half, as we thought he might.
But look at the time they've got, the time and space that they've got. No pressure on the ball.
A rare touch in this first half for Hernan Galíndez, Ecuador's goalkeeper. Estrada, that was Valencia, clipped, and another yellow card. This time for Karim Boudiaf.
It's born from frustration. The fact that they can't get on the ball and they can't get near to the opposition. Late arriving. Straight to the back of Enner Valencia.
Third yellow card for a player from Qatar in this opening half. Well, I should think Gustavo Alfaro, the coach of Ecuador, will be very happy with what he's seen from his team so far. They haven't been put under any real pressure at all, and thoroughly deserve the lead that they have.
Yeah, they do. It's a difficult group, so there was a real need to get off to the perfect start. Some disappointed faces. Not at that end. They're enjoying it.
They are having quite the party behind the goal. Well, the good news is that Enner Valencia, the Ecuadorian captain, is back on his feet. Of course, that would be problematic for them were he to pick up an injury which were to rule him out.
He's eyeing a hat-trick already in the opening game.
Well, he looks like a man who's got plenty on his plate, I have to say.
Shell-shocked. He'll have run this game through his mind numerous times, and this was worst-case scenario.
And it does. Do you think it's the occasion as well as the opposition here?
I think so. I think there's a bit of both. You have to give credit, don't we, to Ecuador. They have been very impressive.
Estupiñán sending it into the gloves of Al-Sheeb. Got the nod ahead of Michel Barcham to play in goal today. Both of them play for Al Sadd, and Barcham is effectively the understudy for club and country, but there is a certain amount of sharing of playing time that has to go on. It's unusual that you'd find the top two for a country both playing for the same club side. That's the case here. This is Miguel. No joy against Estupiñán, who just bided his time and then brought Romario Ibarra into the play. Here's Moises Caicedo. A lovely pass. Just picking their way through the Qatari team here, and surging forward was Valencia, losing out on this occasion, and it will be a free kick for the challenge on Bassam El Rawi.
They're just finding space in all areas, aren't they? Moises Caicedo picked that ball up in the middle of the pitch with absolutely nobody within 15 yards of him. Slightly over-eager from Enner Valencia.
Well, he had an excellent World Cup in 2014, the last time Ecuador at the finals. Valencia, he scored against the Swiss, and he got 2 goals in a win against Honduras as well, and 2 already at these finals. That pass there showed you everything you wanted to know, Matt, about the issues that Qatar have got there, because it was Afif, very deep, in fact, just inside his own half there, playing it forward.
Yeah, he's coming deeper and deeper to get on it.
Home crowd doing their bit. Well, we knew it was going to be a step up. Is it going to prove to be a step too far in these finals? First appearance ever for this small nation. Five minutes to go to half-time. Valencia with both of the goals, one disallowed as well. Torres plays it forward, scooped forward by Hassan, and now, very briefly, Afif, the crowd getting excited. They thought he might be able to put the ball into Ecuador's penalty area.
That looks like their best chance to try and counter quickly. But I've got to say, Jegson Mendes did brilliantly to get back and track Hafif. These are the two goals that separate the sides, and they're both for men of Valencia. A really coolly taken penalty, and then a wonderful header as well. Fabulous cross to the far post. Nobody near him. He has to generate the power and finds the bottom corner.
Sent out wide by Hassan El Haydos. Here's Hassan. Qatar just looking to get their foot on the ball a little bit, get a bit more confidence, string a few passes together. Collected here by El Rawi. Here's Abdel Karim Hassan. Now Karim Boudiaf. This is the best passage of play we've seen from Qatar in the opening half, and in the end, Angelo Preciado stepped in, but that was certainly better. But we will have another stoppage here, and it is Enner Valencia again, the player who received treatment not long ago.
Yeah, been down a couple of times now. That is a worry for Ecuador. Knee problem.
Looked like a bang on the knee, Matt, and then maybe a little hyperextension.
And treatment required again. It's bouncing at both ends. The Ecuadorians in great voice away to our right, and the Qataris likewise away to our left. But it's a fabulous atmosphere, but this isn't gone to plan, has it? The team haven't been able to perform at the level that they were hoping.
Yes, not much to cheer the predominantly home crowd in this opening game so far.
They've been caught in the headlights somewhat, haven't they?
Yeah, they're up against a team unbeaten in the last 7 since they lost away in Paraguay in a World Cup qualifier late in March. This is rather worrying, though. Let's hope that it's just a bang on the knee and nothing more than that. He's such an important player from Ecuador's point of view, Valencia.
Well, when you think about experience, he's the only one in the starting 11 that's had World Cup experience previously.
Well, Gustavo Alfaro, there, the coach of Ecuador, will be wondering whether he needs to make a change. But I suppose so late in the half, they may try to keep him out there and hope that they can sort it out during the interval. It was Fif sending the ball to his left. He's very, very deep at the moment as Boudiaf has possession. Collected by El Haydos. What a tough opening 45 minutes it has been for Qatar. They've got a little bit more to go before the break. We are in 5 added minutes at the end of this half. Little flick there and the throw-in one by Michael Estrada.
Fair few stoppages, a few injuries, and a VAR intervention for a goal that he thought he'd scored very early in the game.
Well, he's going to limp on to half-time. And they'll hope to patch him together once more during the break. We're just going into those 5 minutes of added time now that we were expecting at the end of this half as Valencia goes forward in the air. Gonzalo Plata is beaten to the ball. It's collected by Ahmed over on the far side. Not for long, but he will get a free kick. Homam Ahmed, challenged by Angelo Preciado. His teammates have carried on even before he was back up on his feet. Time of the essence here. There has to be a certain degree of urgency about the way the hosts play the rest of this game. There's significant ground to make up in this opening match.
It's a huge half-time team talk. At the moment, it feels like it's damage limitation. Is there any way back for them?
Well, they'll be looking to Felix Sanchez, who's done so well, has come through the All the youth setups pretty much at the same time as many of these players for Qatar. And they have had success along the way. I think he's a mentor, not just a coach to these players, and he's going to need to draw on all his reserves of knowledge during the half-time interval to try to settle the team down and help them to potentially plot a way back into this one. Abdulaziz Hassan. Back to Abdul Karim Hassan. El Rawi.
Qatar actually look very vulnerable in possession of the ball because they look very open. They're stretching themselves and making the pitch big, but Ecuador are a fantastic team on the counter as well.
Certainly came into the tournament with plenty of confidence. They won the last warm-up match by a 0-0 against Albania in Spain earlier this month. They've won the last 4 going into the World Cup as well, and they're unbeaten in 5 since they lost 2-0 to Canada back in September. So they've played plenty of matches. They've done okay, but they've really found it hard going in this opening 45 minutes. And Ecuador, I think we can agree, a good value for the lead that they have.
Yeah. They're a fit team as well, aren't they? Just looking around the pitch, they've got energy all over. Preciado and Estupinian in the full-back positions. Been impressed with Jackson Mendes as well, alongside Caicedo.
Yeah, playing with Carlos Gruezo out today.
Yeah, he reads the game well. Made some important interventions when Qatar have tried to get forward.
Yeah, he's a good player, isn't he, with and without the ball. Good passer of the ball, very high work rate as well.
You can just see his position as well, how he just drops in between the 2 centre-backs to start the attacks. And that just gives them that little bit of extra licence for the full-backs to get up the pitch.
Felix Torres sending it forward. Cut out, though, by Huki at the back for Qatar. In added time here at the end of this opening half. Ecuador controlling the final moments of this first half, just as they've